guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of Coming Out on Top. So, let's jump right back in. We're about to bone, aren't we? Not if you keep saying things like that. What's the big deal, baby? Don't speak. Don't speak. Amos leans towards you, and you toward him. Your eyes meet his for a second as you feel his warm breath on your lips and inhale his scent. You closing your eyes and he his. Your lips wander slowly towards each other's and slowly, wonderfully meet. The smooth, supple touch of lip on lip, the relinquishing of fears, the expectations of two joined in single first kiss, head racing, head swimming, impossibly perfect but real. You cannot stop, cannot want to stop, cannot do but to kiss and kiss more. If only this could be forever. The hardness of pushing in, trying to taste everything in him, feeling everything in him, wanting, giving way to greater wanting. Then his hand touches your arm, firm and delicate at once. Your hand on his side, hoping him and this to be real. And finally, stopping only for the need of air, the two of you part lips and open your eyes. Diving back into each other, you meet again, reveling in each other, the flavor of lip and tongue, kissing until your mouths numb. Past the sun setting, wildly through the night, over and over in search of relief to desperate need, until finally the sun is seen again rising. In the morning, a dark thought passes through you, the memory of standing outside his house and wondering about those two men, not wanting to ruin the moment though you let it pass. After a wonderful night, Amos drops you off in the morning. You return home, realizing you've completely forgotten to ask Amos about the men visiting his home. He'd tell you if it were important, right? Whew, you finally got some downtime this weekend. In terms of your studies, you're kicking ass. You've been feeling pretty distant from Penny lately. You and Ian are on friendly terms. And finally, you have $740 in savings. What will you do with your extra time this weekend? Let's just tutor for some more cash. $900. Monday. You munch on a jelly donut left on the counter. Despite the amazing weekend, that thing with the most is still bugging you. Jeff, I don't know what that is. Okay, what? Ian brushes past you into the kitchen. The jelly donut was invented in the 15th century Germany and called, I don't know what that is. The creator of said ingenuity, however, is unknown. The current term for them is Berliner. I don't know. You'd only look foolish trying to use the original term these days. More questions? I've got answers. Yeah. Do those things even have lenses? Is this a trick question? This isn't an IQ test. Are you saying that as part of the test too? Because yeah, they most certainly do have lenses. Kinda hard to see through though. The kitchen door swings open. Oh boy, Ian, do those things even have lenses? Please, not falling for that one again. I don't even want to know. So, Phil, how'd it go with your date with Amos? I'm assuming it was amazing. It was incredible. Everything about him is incredible. Though, well, there is just one little thing. Trouble in paradise? What happened? I'd like to put my formidable cranial powers to good use. You know how I biked over there? You explain what you saw and heard. The big men, the noises. Troubling, but like all things of the universe, there's probably a good explanation. Okay, as much as I want to rip those glasses off his face, he's right. You can never know the truth without having the surrounding context. Yeah, like that time you found me covered in maple syrup in the bathtub. I'm sure that looked weird, right? What do you mean looked? That was really weird, Ian. How else was I supposed to find out what a waffle feels like before it ever gets eaten? Can we get back to the Amos thing? Sure, let me gather my cranial energies. Ian stands there, eyes closed. Two men, bikers, grunting, moaning. Oh, for crying out loud! Silento! You stare at Ian as his eyes suddenly flutter open. Amos is part of a wrestling sex cult of some sort. They wrestle for sport and sex. Occasionally, when one of them dies due to internal hemorrhaging, they sacrifice the victim to Osiris, the Egyptian god of death. Ian, shut up. Phil, you should really just drive over there and ask Amos in person. Yeah, I'm going to ask him about it. It's definitely bothering me. If it's nothing, I'm sure it won't be an issue. If there's something weird to it, then I want to know. You can't. Because I'll be sacrificed? Actually, no. Your tires are flat. Wow, is this further evidence of your extraordinary powers of perception? Well, that and I borrowed Phil's car this morning and drove backwards over the parking spikes at the garage. What? You see, I was leaving the Museum of Natural History. I've been taking an interest in more intellectual pursuits since my awakening. Anyhow, I'm sorry, I'm getting them fixed, okay? Along with the speakers I blew out. Just take my cruiser, Phil. You cycle your way over to Amos's, lost in thought. Is it too early in the relationship to just stop in like this? Am I crowding him? Oh my god, am I being clingy? Why am I so knotted up about this? It's just an honest-to-goodness question. Is it really any of my business? Maybe I should just pretend I'm stopping by. No pressure, no major interruption, just a hello. What's more pleasant than hello? Excuse me, dear. You turn your head at the intersection to see a 40-something woman with streaks of gray in her hair staring at you riding a bicycle. You don't look like a typical lunatic, so I'm going to assume that you aren't. But you are thinking out loud. When she talks, you notice she has a way of saying certain words that make them sound like they're being capitalized. What? Sounds like you're nervous about meeting someone. Let me give you a word of advice. Just one word? Yes, exactly one word. Okay. Alcohol. Alcohol? Yes, alcohol. You can save a hit of this you can have a hit of this if you'd like. With one hand steadying the bike, she uses the other to pull a flask from her jacket pocket and unscrew the lid. Brandy, it'll calm you right down. You consider the ramifications of 1. Drinking from a stranger's flask, 2. Drinking while cycling, and 3. Showing up buzzed at Amos's house. Thank you, but I'm not really a flask person. Honey, we are all flask people. Every one of us on this godforsaken planet. Now, if you want to suffer under the delusion that you're somehow different, go ahead. But the sooner you're honest with yourself, the sooner you can drink. The sooner you drink, the sooner you can get that man you've been muttering about. She offers you the flask. You can't be serious. Have it your way. She pedals away, nearly careening into the side of a garbage truck. Oh god. You reach Amos's house and approach the door. You begin to wonder if you've made a mistake. Amos opens the door as soon as you knock. Well, what a nice surprise. Hi! I wasn't expecting you. I would have cleaned up a bit if I'd known. Please, come in. So, a drink perhaps? I've got pink lemonade. Water would be great. Be right back. What the hell am I doing? How do I talk to him about this? All right, deep breaths. Deep breaths. What's that? You notice a latched wooden chest next to the love seat. Leave well enough alone and try to calm down. You wait anxiously for a minute until Amos returns and hands you a glass of water. Listen, Phil, there's something I need to talk to you about. Aha! He's finally going to come clean. There's probably a logical explanation for those men and the moaning and, grunting. What? I have a certain pastime that is a rather significant part of my life. Oh? I'm part of a wrestling club of sorts. Oh, wow. Me and a few other guys like to put on our wrestling gear and have at it on the weekends. That's pretty cool. Wrestling seems like clean, innocent fun. Well, it's not just wrestling exactly. Things also get a little, sexual at times. It's just that I don't know. It's a very strange thing. I realize this, but I've been doing it for so long it seems normal to me. I'm sorry if this is a shock. So you wrestle other guys and then have sex with them? Basically, yes, although it's not about the sex so much as the competition and camaraderie. I understand that this may be difficult to process for some people. If you're not okay with it, say so. I won't think less of you for it. It actually sounds incredibly hot. Count me in. That's not the reaction I was expecting from you, but it's certainly wonderful to hear. Seriously, who doesn't like wrestling or sex? Like two of the greatest things in the world, right? Absolutely correct. It's like chocolate and peanut butter. Or burgers and fries. Bacon and eggs. You and me? Yes, indeed. Phil, this has been quite a day. Now that we've got things cleared up, I believe I have something else I need to take care of. Your yearly sacrifice to Osiris? What? Never mind. Gregor. He's still angry I bested him in that poetry reading. He's challenged me to a match tomorrow afternoon. Your ex? Yes, he's part of our wrestling league. We do spar every so often. Oh. Or whoops, not spare, spar. Sorry. In that case, kick his ass for me. Thank you for your support, Phil. I'll do my best. If you'll excuse me, I've got to prepare and make some arrangements. Wednesday. Classes feel long and pointless today. You get a text just as you walk home after your class. Or your last class. I need to see you. What's up? Rough day. Come over? Okay, when? Now? The sooner the better. Oh God. You grab Penny's bike and head out. Everything's going fine until you reach St. Magnus Avenue. You're stopped by an unending group of riders engaging in a critical mass event. Bicycles as far as you can see in either direction. You won't be crossing this area of humanity anytime soon. Or this sea of humanity, sorry. You look at them. So happy. The ride practically a gala. Jesus, hurry the F up! A young woman with dread sees you waiting and gives you an inviting look. Come on, she says, join in. You stare at the cyclists. You figure you might be able to join the group, then escape using the side street. You get back on your pedals and join the ride. Like a swarm of insects sharing a single mind and purpose, you are swept up by the energy and mood. Everyone just cruising, chatting, enjoying the freedom of the entire street. You try to steer the bike out of the road, but you find yourself blocked in by wall-to-wall cyclists. A moderately askew, bummish-looking gentleman pulls alongside you. Where are we going, man? Who knows? Well, why are we going there then? I guess 'cause everyone else is? That's a terrible reason, man. Look, how do I get out of the swarm? You can't. You know why? The cops set this up, that's why. They're just trying to herd us in one place so they could take us all down at once. Well, it was nice to meet you, but I think I'll turn off here. You know what? You're crazy, man. You'll fall right into their trap. You notice the moderately askew gentleman look away from you for a moment, at which point you break and duck out of his field of vision. You hear him yelling, "Where'd you go, man? Did the cops get you, man?" He's looking around for you, wild-eyed, but can't see that you're right behind him. You feel a little bad for ducking out on your new friend, but quite frankly, he was kind of freaking you the hell out. The way he enunciated the end of each word and ended each sentence like an excited question was causing some cognitive dissonance. Suddenly, he starts yelling, "It's the cops, man! Everybody run! Cops, 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 cops! Save your lives, it's the cops!" The bummish gentleman waves his arms wildly over his head in warning before bolting from the pack down an alleyway. Like fire in a brush, shouts of cops spread down and back the procession, at first with only a few people fleeing in panic. But like in any group, the most extreme feelings reverberate the loudest. Within seconds, the critical mass reaches critical mass and disperses like water over rocks, flowing in any and all directions fast as it can. Except for you, the guy who knows what actually happened. You see some other cyclists look back at you and raise their fists in solidarity. "Fight the power, brother!" one yells. "Who is that guy? He's out of his mind. One man facing the power structure alone?" another exclaims. A crowd blocking one of the streets watches you in awe as you approach. "I am Phil Matthews. I will not veer. I will not stop. I am the one-man critical mass." Cheers from the other fleeing cyclists answer your proclamation. "One-man critical mass! One-man critical mass!" yells the crowd, parting reverently before you. You high-five at least a dozen people as you sail past. You pedal off towards your meeting as fast as your legs can push. You reach Amos's house. The door is unlocked. You let yourself in. "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I'm super late, but you never guess what..." "Oh my god, what happened?" I don't know how to put it, except I lost." "Gregor did this?" Yes, but it was on the level. After all, I answered his challenge to do battle. We fought, he won." Are you hurt badly?" "No, it's just superficial. My pride more than anything else." "Do you want to take a walk?" "Not at the moment, no." "Want to talk?" "Yeah. I feel as if I failed. Not so much in the fight, but more so that I let it get to that point. Just stupid, really. I reacted in haste. What I should have done is quit this ridiculous fetish of mine. Don't mistake my meaning. Wrestling was fun and exciting, and it worked for me for a long while, but it was a younger man's providence. I suppose this is a hard-won lesson. I'd be foolish to not gather the meaning of the situation. We have to understand our limitations and listen for the nuances, the soft notes of our lives that guide us down the right paths." Let's say something inspirational. "Failure is not a call to re-examine your reasons, but a call to arms to try again and again and again. As much as is required, you must give. A man cannot bow to the worse, the lesser or lower, and call it wisdom, especially when it's just a bullcrap rationalization." "Perhaps you have a point." "Think, what would Walt Whitman do?" "WWWWD." Amos considers this for a moment. He looks like he's struck by sudden inspiration. "We're going to challenge Gregor to a tag team match." "We're what?" "He's terrible at working with other people. It doesn't matter who he gets on his team. They'll lack unity and teamwork." "But I do not and cannot wrestle. At all." This is just amateur stuff. I'll help you train. Trust me, I know when I'm onto something. Whatever you lack in strength and training, you make up in speed, vigor, and with my help, cunning. Okay, I mean, why the hell not? It's not like I'm going to die or anything, right? This is a master stroke. There is an order to all things in the universe, Phil, whether we can see that order or not. And the ability to detect that order lies not only in conscious thought, but in having the sensitivity to notice those higher truths in the depths of our being. All you can think about is being sensitive to the world of pain that awaits you. Phil? Sure, yeah, okay. Then we agreed. I'm going to tend to my wounds, then I'll issue the challenge at once. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!